We have the right support. I want to also introduce our Secretary Designee for Homeland Security, Jackie White, and our Secretary Designee for the Health Department, Kathy Kunkel. They're here because most of these issues, right, along the border have impacts on our security efforts, generally speaking, making sure that we can respond to emergencies. And in fact, we want to make sure that we are providing adequate health care and support, particularly in the context of the two tragedies resulting in the deaths of two children in federal custody here in New Mexico. But also there are public health issues that impact all of us at the border. We wanted to get a sense about all of those things. So after getting incredible support and briefings by Customs and Border Patrol and the National Guard who were assigned there, I think it's important to talk about three different takeaways. One, while I've been to this area of the border many times, I haven't seen anything that indicates that we have an emergent crisis here at the border. And that's important to continue to talk to New Mexicans about. It's also, I think, really important to continue to talk to the nation about. Two, and as I expected, the National Guard and the Border Patrol agents are working incredibly hard to meet their obligations. So there is no question or issue about the professionalism or the dedication of all of our public servants. And I want to thank the General for making sure that I was able to approach anyone I wanted to approach, ask any question, to see what they are doing. And I want to make very clear that our visit was not intended to diminish what we know about our men and women of the Guard and our folks who are serving our country at the border, but rather for us, and this is the third takeaway, what data are we using to make decisions about when we use the National Guard and what role this state has to play in making sure that we not only meet our state obligation in terms of public safety and responding to emergencies and to make sure that every single community has what they need when they need it, but also our role in protecting the nation, not just at the border, but in any state, including territories like Puerto Rico, where we had many proud New Mexicans who did incredible work. I might argue, General, that there's more work to be done there supporting and protecting American citizens. And in that data review, given that we are seeing historic lows of crossings along between the ports of entry, that in fact in this particular area that's being represented right now that we're visiting, we've seen a decline in the number of crossings and apprehensions. Today we know that there were about 32 individuals that were in detention awaiting to go or in custody of Border and Customs Patrol as they make decisions about where folks need to go next. Half of those children, half in general female, between adults and children. And it's a further indication that what we're seeing are individuals fleeing violence, and it's predominantly women and children. And so I think that this calls for a re-review, making sure that we agree what constitutes an emergency, what constitutes a crisis, whether or not we're seeing real crises emerge at the border, and how we should be using all of these assets. So what I've required and requested is better data, answering questions about what they saw last year, about whether or not we are actually confiscating contraband, whether that's up or down, and making sure that I can make the decisions for